Immediately come here to fool around. Jihuai, are you really that insatiable? I leaned back on the sofa and smiled. Life is short. Of course we should seize the day and enjoy ourselves. Xia Yunshu looked down at me from above. Her face cold. Shen Tuning behind her whispered, Yunshu, could he have been driven to idiocy by being dumped? I smiled. Miss Shen, you flatter me. I stretched out both arms and rested them on the shoulders of the young beauties beside me. Why would I give up the whole forest? For just one bitch? Shen Tuning looked shocked. He actually called Yunshu a bitch? Is this really the Jihuai she knows? Xia Yunshu stared at me, surrounded by beauties on both sides, her face turning extremely ugly. I was completely different from before. I met her gaze, a hint of provocation flashing in my eyes. What's wrong, Miss Xia? Do you think I'm wrong? I have to admit, this woman has a really nice face, exuding an aura of abstinence. Untouchable. Now she was staring at me, her eyes holding an indescribable danger. Just then, a burly man stumbling drunk walked over to my booth. Two beauties competing for one man? Why not come into my arms instead? I'll treat you well. Xia Yunshu glanced sideways, frowning and stepping back a few paces. The fat man walked towards me again and pushed the young beauty beside me away. What's so good about this frail man? I could knock him flying with one slap. Then a greasy arm reached out towards me, a flash of murderous intent in my eyes, as the perverted man's hand was about to touch my collar. The next second, I slapped him hard across the face. The man screamed and fell straight to the ground. You bastard, how dare you! I kicked him hard in the stomach, sending him flying several meters away. The fat man's bodyguards saw this and swarmed towards me, a hint of excited bloodlust in my eyes. I met them head on, knocking one down with a single punch. The whole process took less than 10 seconds, and 4 or 5 bodyguards were all lying on the ground. After patting the dust off my clothes lightly, I sat back down on the sofa, sipping wine leisurely. Shen Tuning beside me pointed at me, her face filled with disbelief. Jihuai, you're actually this good at fighting? No, that can't be. You used to seem so gentle. How did your combat strength suddenly go off the charts? Could it be that your gentleness before was all an act? Xia Yunshu stared at me, the coldness in her eyes gradually fading, a faint amused smile curving her red lips. Her ex-husband seemed much more interesting than she thought. For 2 years of marriage, he had always been obedient and compliant, but his personality completely changed right after the divorce. As though, why did his fighting moves look so familiar just now? Xia Yunshu narrowed her eyes, a hint of doubt faintly showing in her eyes. Seeing the beauties standing aside, I curled my finger at them, my smile charming. Why stand so far away? Come over and pour brother a drink. The beauties were about to sit over, when a sharp gaze suddenly shot over. It was Xia Yunshu. Her cold eyes scared the girls so much their legs went weak, and they immediately ran away. Xia Yunshu of the Xia family, the young lady of the capital, offending her, could cost them their lives. I glanced at the woman lightly. Xia Yunshu, you meddler. May lightning strike you for ruining my fun. Xia Yunshu frowned and glared at me. Jihuai, we haven't officially divorced yet. The divorce process now requires a 1-month divorce cooling off period, which means only after 1 month. Can we officially get the divorce certificate? I sneered. Xia Yunshu, don't tell me. You regret and want me back? Xia Yunshu looked disdainful. You're overthinking it. I poured myself a drink. Good. Xia Yunshu stared at the handsome and bold man in front of her, wondering what had gone wrong. Just 2 days ago, he was still clinging to her, begging and crying, refusing to divorce. But now he was like a completely different person. What's your relationship with Ai Li? Xia Yunshu demanded. I raised my eyebrows. My business doesn't need to be explained to my ex-wife. Ex-wife? Ai Li's shocked and wronged voice rang out. She stood not far away, pointing at Xia Yunshu. Jihuai, you actually married another woman behind my back? In an instant, coldness filled Xia Yunshu's eyes, and the air around her turned frigid. How dare she call her a other woman? I shot Ai Li a murderous glance, and Ai Li immediately backed down, sticking out her tongue. A qualified ex-wife should act like she's dead. Understood. Hearing this, Xia Yunshu was itching to hit someone. I didn't bother paying her any attention, waving Ai Li over. Let's go. Find another place to continue. Ai Li immediately followed. Xia Yunshu stared at my departing back, Her eyes filled with boiling anger. A thought suddenly popped into her mind. How does he know I Lee, an American? And they seem to have a good relationship. 2 years ago, he was injured and lost his memory, remembering nothing. And in these 2 years, he had been living in her private villa, never going out to work. There's no way he could have met I Lee, a foreigner. A light flashed in Xia Yunshu's eyes. Unless they knew each other before. Shen Qiuning, check I Lee thoroughly. I want to know everything about her relationship with Ji Huai. Xia Yunshu paused, adding, and also, check Ji Huai's background. Shen Qiuning agreed. Teasing. Yunshu, why do I feel like you're the one who got dumped? On the other side, I left the never-sleeping city and went straight back to the hotel. When I said we should find another place, I intentionally said it for Xia Yunshu to hear, to piss that bitch off. On the way, I Lee kept chattering. While driving, asking about my relationship with Xia Yunshu, I couldn't stand it anymore. So I casually explained. 2 years ago, she saved my life. Then I married her. Now her first love has been found, so we got divorced. She saved your life? I Lee looked at me in disbelief. It's always Ji Huai saving others. When has anyone ever saved him? My expression turned serious. Someone hired assassins from Black Shark to kill me. I Lee's face changed. Black Shark is an infamous assassin organization in East Asia. They act arrogantly and recklessly, a bunch of ruthless characters who will do anything for money. As long as the price is right, they'll do anything. I thought back to the incident 2 years ago in the tropical jungle, a dark glint flashing in my eyes. Who on earth hired Black Shark? To try to kill me? I Lee asked again, have you found out who's behind this? I shook my head. I just regained my memory 2 days ago. Haven't had time to start investigating yet. I Lee spoke seriously. Give me 2 days. I'll look into it. I nodded. Okay. I Lee suddenly remembered something. Oh right. There's a reward post on the dark web for capturing you. The bounty has gone up to 30 million US dollars. I raised my eyebrows. 30 million US dollars? Who's this generous? Whoever wants my life probably wants to capture me alive, offering such a high price to catch me. They probably need me to save someone's life. I didn't pay much attention, since there are countless posts about me online.